double cheese coffee cake. Real easy and a wonderful demo. I've got my forged cutlery knife here, and I always ask my customers, how many of you have good sharp knives? How many of you have knives with the point still on the top? How many of you are afraid of good knives? Don't be afraid of a good knife. With this, it just kind of slices right through. You let the knife do the work for you. Makes a big difference. We have 3 different sets of knives, and these are by far my favorite. So it's forged steel, made in Germany, and it has a full neb tang, which means the blade goes all the way through the handle. It's going to last you forever. We do have sharpeners. It's kind of like the Cadillac of all knives. Definitely want to start off the kitchen with one good knife. It'll last you forever. This coffee cake is real easy to do. All I did is I simply took some crescent roll dough, and I took my dough roller and I simply pressed all the dough together. Let me show you on the cutting board here. I simply rolled it together, took the corners here so I can pinch all those seams together so I have one continual piece of dough. Now I'm going to take my pizza cutter, and what I like to do is put slits about 1/3 of the way in and maybe, about a 1/2 inch thick. And as you can see, it does not have to be perfect. Okay, little spokes on that side, and then on this side. Are they going to be even? No, no. I'm the Pampered Chef, not the Perfect Chef, by far. Once I have this cut on both sides, the middle is all together, and now I'm going to simply take the filling, and I have the host mix this up ahead of time. And this is simply cream cheese, powdered sugar, vanilla, and the egg yolk. Now the egg white is supposed to go on the outside of the coffee cake, and it makes a really nice kind of shiny glaze on top. I'm not going for the glaze. I went ahead and made a crumb topping. I like that. So you can go ahead and save the egg white. Do whatever you want with the egg white. We've got a different topping. Now that we have all of our cheese mixture in the middle, I'm going to take my apples, and I like to cut up the apples. While I'm cutting it up, if you have your apple peeler, core slicer, whatever, or if you want to just go ahead and use your knife in front of the customers, that's fine too. I always tell people there's 2 different kinds of apples. Anytime I can edutain my guests, I do. Apples, there's about 100 different kinds of apples. There's 2 different kinds of apples. The 2 most popular is a green baking apple and the eating apple. I always tell people, do you know the difference? Lots of times people say it's the color, it's the taste. Actually, it has to do with the shape. And this is just kind of a little FYI. If it's a completely round apple, that's a baking apple. That tends to be a little more tartar. If it has points on the bottom or knobs, that's an eating apple, and that's sweeter. So what we're doing today, we're going to use actually a sweeter apple. So we've got the red apples here, and I've put the apples down the middle. Now I'm going to simply put some sugar. There's a little bit of cinnamon in here with this. I have powdered sugar. When I take one of these to my shows, I want it to be pretty versatile. So you can take regular sugar, but lots of times I find I need powdered sugar a little more often. So I've got powdered sugar with a little bit of cinnamon inside of it. Now that I've got that mixture, I'm going to simply just take one piece of dough from one side and one piece of dough from the other, and I'm going to just start braiding this back and forth. Not even actually braiding it, just simply sliding it from one side to the other. If you want to get real fancy, you could actually take them and twist them and do all kinds of things with it. I'm not exactly your fancy cook. It's all going to taste the same way. I love just doing it just very basic, very simple. This is our dessert. If you wanted to, you could make chicken salad. You could take tuna salad. Do your dough the same way. Put tuna salad down the middle. Put some American cheese. And you have got a gorgeous braided tuna sandwich. Oh my gosh, so many easy things that you can do just by using this one technique. You get your bar pan that comes in your kit, and you also get your batter bowl. I told you I was going to tell you about the batter bowl in the last recipe. I am going to use it on the next one, and I absolutely love my batter bowl. 8 cups, 2 quarts is the large one. That is my favorite. It really works nice for everything from, oh goodness, I've used it for a gravy boat. I've used it as an ice tray or ice bucket. I've baked cakes in there and flipped it out. I always mix everything inside of there. That's my bowl of choice when I go to make cake mixes or anything like that. It's a very versatile bowl. Has the lid on top, a plastic lid that can go into the microwave. You can also freeze in here too, and you can bake in here. So if you actually wanted to, you can make a meatloaf in here, put it into the oven, and then pop it out when you're done. So it's really very versatile pan. Here's my coffee cake done. I'm going to simply, I have it on parchment paper. We sell parchment paper. I love parchment paper. And that's a perfect example. I just lifted up the whole coffee cake, put it on my stone here, and this is your bar pan that you do get with your kit. And then I'm going to simply take some of the crumb topping, which is simply some flour, butter, and sugar. Put that on top. I'm going to bake this up. Oh my goodness. Turns out very, very. Was the coffee cake. I have to show you how nice that turned out. We have a close-up on that. I love this. Look how nice it turns out. Okay, I can simply take my pizza cutter, I can cut down the middle, and then I can cut it into slices that way, depending on how many people there are. So this is ready to go, and again, I love my parchment paper, so I could just kind of pick it up and move it to their platter. Okay, let me show you.